we're going to talk about growing your plants in the hot weather. So it's pretty hot here, and some of the plants love that and some of them not so much. So one of the techniques that you can use to keep cool weather plants alive and thriving in really hot weather is to give them a little bit of shade. So if you got like lettuce or peas or something, one way to just kind of keep the temperature down by them a little bit cooler and just minimize some of the sun is you can use a commercial product. Like this is shade cloth, and this is something that we can just stretch out, and we want to put it up on stakes so it's not pressing down on the plants, but just get it up on some stakes and just kind of have it over the plants by a foot or so, and that's just going to provide some protection from the sun and keep it a little bit cooler. Otherwise, another technique is growing plants in a little bit of a shadier spot, so not full day sun. And we got some peas and some lettuce with our garden seedling tray, and we're just going to plant them in pots, and then we're going to put those pots in a somewhat shady location, and the shade is just going to again keep them a little bit cooler, and hopefully then we'll be able to grow our cool season crops into the heat of the summer.
So we're having some really extreme dry hot weather for so early in the summer. You can see how these clover leaves, they're starting to get real kind of limp and just kind of hang here. That is because the clover is really reacted to the dry and the heat, and so really this clover could actually use some water. It's a good way to be able to tell if your plants are needing more water is if their leaves start looking limp like these. I want to just mention also another thing to pay attention to are any seeds you've put in the ground. Seeds, as you know, need water to germinate, and so you kind of have two options when it's this hot and dry. You can put your seeds in the ground and then just leave them alone until we actually get some rain, or you can water them. The caution on watering them is if you start watering your seeds, you're really going to need to water them every day, because what you really don't want is for them to germinate and then dry out. So keep your seeds either dry in the ground or wet in the ground, but don't let them get wet and then dry out.